The first minute and a half of this video is a very sped up time lapse of me drawing some characters, my OCs, some of my comic story characters, but with Pokemon, as if they were Pokemon trainers. I finished doing them and I realized I was really not satisfied with how they looked. Didn't think they looked good. It took me a while to get there, and I just didn't like it. And I realized the reason why I didn't like it was because of the brushes. So I'm going to tell you about my opinion on brushes, using digital brushes, my opinion on that idea of like, oh, can you tell me what brushes you used? And just sort of the general the way that I work, the way that I judge my work, and the way that I look at things. Okay? It's in the context of Pokemon. It's in the context of creating Pokemon characters. So I'm sorry. I know I feel like I've got like a 50-50 audience where I've got like probably half of you watching like really like Pokemon, and then the other half like don't really care about Pokemon, but maybe you're just like, oh, it's another drawing by this guy. Sick. Either way, thanks for watching. I just wanted to draw my comic characters, but then imagined what Pokemon they should have, and I drew them. You know, there's a lot of elements going into the reason why I didn't like the first drawings that I did for this. The brushes is one of them. I wasn't using reference. I had no idea in my head about like really what clothes they were going to be wearing. The second one in particular, I really don't like. The stance is all wrong. Didn't look at reference. Didn't choose colors. It's a bit of a mess, and that's why I then went on to do a different drawing that is going to be the majority of this video. So don't worry, hold on, and we'll get there, and it'll start the good drawing, which is imagining me as a gym leader, kind of, in a way. Not really, but I just sort of designed a Pokemon in-universe Pokemon outfit for me. I turned myself into like a Pokemon trainer with two Umbreons and a Decidueye. If you didn't know, I really like Umbreon. I've got an Umbreon card in my phone case. I just like Umbreon. I like Pokemon and I enjoy Pokemon. I'm playing Pokemon. I'm at the league. I'm about to face the champion, I think, in Pokemon Sword and Shield on Switch. Did you see that update, that video, that trailer for the DLC that's coming out? I did. And it looks sweet. I can't wait. I'm super glad that finally they're actually having a long hair option in the form of a ponytail, but they're actually having a reasonable long hair sort of idea for the male trainer. Because the one at the moment is just sort of a long fringe. I've got that, but anyway, I digress. I've had a couple of questions recently along the lines of what brushes do you use? Brushes that you choose to use are not important in and of themselves. What I mean is, you won't create a good drawing just because of the brush you're using. But how you should look at brushes is you should eventually get to the point where you can learn what brushes you need to accomplish the drawings that are in your head. What you need is a good grasp on what you're intending to actually draw, and then find a good brush for that. I was using an inking brush for the previous drawings, a very smooth, I think it's like one called Belgian Comics. For starters, I'll just let you know, I use Carl's brushes. I pay for Photoshop CC. It's a rip-off, but I do it. I started off using this inky smooth brush. The brush, because of its smoothness and how it worked, it affected the way that I thought about the drawing I was doing. It changed it. The medium, was different to how I normally draw. So I realized after I'd done them that I wanted to keep it like how I've done my comic characters in the past, and that was with a pencil. So I just looked for one of the first mechanical pencil brushes that is in the Carl Brushes set. I think it's called. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's even necessarily a mechanical pencil. Meant to look like a mechanical pencil. I think it's just meant to look like a normal pencil. I think it's called Happy HB. Automatically, upon changing to that brush, I achieved the line quality that I enjoy in my Nomad stuff and in my comic stuff in this drawing. So now that brush has become one of my favorites. It's just called like Happy HB or something. And it's just a great little pencil brush. I did this drawing with it. Look at me. I'm wearing a sort of Decidui poncho. I've got some crazy staff that looks like Umbreon inspired. I've got 2 Umbreons just because I can, if I want to. This is fiction. I do what I want, innit? And I'm pleased with it, and I like the colours, and I think all in all, even though again I didn't use reference, I did look up the Pokemon just to see what they look like, just to make sure they get it right, but I didn't look up reference for my character, but I didn't need to. It just sort of flowed better. I felt like I was doing a more, realistic body shape. It was just a better drawing, just because of the change in pencil and what that did to my mentality on it. That was my little rant about digital brushes, why they're important and why they're not important. So, like the only reason why it was effective in this drawing was because I hadn't realized what I wanted out of this drawing. So I went in with this inky brush that maybe I normally use for stuff. Normally I use it for coloring blocks. So when I did draw with it, it made me very sort of tense and I wanted to be all perfect with it, and it affected the drawing. Don't let the brushes choose you. You choose the brushes, innit? Is that advice? Is that can I class this as a tutorial? Don't think I can. I want to do I want to do a meet the artist tag again. So like just a little portrait and a bit about me, maybe. Just know there's more stuff, more varied stuff. We got a Jungle Nomad drawing on the way. We got some Fire Emblem fan art on the way. We've got some Scott Pilgrim pixel art on its way. Look forward to that one. Really good. I might talk about like visual effects and how the things about pixel art that I do that I'm happy with and not happy with. Oh, I've got a little list here. These are drawings that I have yet to do. Hiroshi Yoshida, Spirited Away, Witcher, Hyperlight Drifter, Animal Crossing. They're all things that are happening. I've got a bag of Whatsits. I got this new jumper. From one mass of conscious atoms to another, I hope your day's going alright. This is what I've done with some of my time. I'm now probably going to go and play some Pokemon, beat the champion, beat the living shit out of the champion, and level up my Pokemon. I think you're great. Alright, keep a steady course. It'll be okay. It's the end of January. It'll be fine. Truly. Have a good day. I'll see you soon for another drawing or summon.